Time for our regular monthly market update. So the month of July, mostly positive. Got the S&P 500 up about 3% for the month. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also up about 3% for the month, whereas the Barclays Ag was flat, a little bit down 0.07% for the month. Now, a lot of this has to do with the positive momentum we felt since June, where Congress finally came to a debt ceiling resolution. This was great for the month of July, but so far in the month of August, we've seen a little bit of a retracement. Now, on the bond side, we saw the Federal Reserve raise interest rates by a quarter of a basis point. This was to be expected, but what wasn't to be expected was that the Fitch rating agency downgraded the U.S. debt from a AAA rating down to AA+. We've seen this before. We saw S&P do something similar back in 2011, so we knew what to expect. We saw rates rise a little bit, bond prices fall, but ultimately there wasn't a mass shakeup in markets. Now, what this does signal, however, is that the rest of the world is watching our Congress play political football with our debt ceiling. This isn't good long term. We have the US dollar, which is the reserve currency. We have the US Treasury, which is considered incredibly liquid and the safest place in the world to hold your money. But what we're seeing is that the rest of the world is watching this. So every single time we go through some sort of negotiation on whether or not we are going to pay our debt, we are losing a little bit of our credibility around the world. Now, on the equity side, we're finally reaching a place where good news is starting to equal bad news. We have an inflation rate now down under 4%. The unemployment rate is under 4%. Wages continue to rise and the economy continues to grow. This all sounds great, right? But not so fast. Now this is signaling to the market that the Federal Reserve may have the confidence to continue to raise rates in the future. Now, ultimately, when the fundamentals are this good and they continue to stay that way, it also brings us confidence that a recession may not be around the corner. So we're still cautiously optimistic. We can't not like these numbers, but we also see why we're experiencing some volatility on the stock side. So I hope all of that helps. In the meantime, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm always here to help, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you and take care.